parks, schools, restaurants, and more, Assembly Row gets high scores. We're a thriving city with so much to do on Boston Harbor in our view. Politics, cannabis, controversial stories, heroes, villains, who gets the glory? 50 plus languages in Somerville is spoken. Sanctuary city, there are no free tokens. History in Somerville stays alive. In All American City, we won 3 times. Somerville connects. Somerville connects. Here we are. Welcome to another edition of Somerville Connects, our audio podcast, and Dead Air Live, the longest live running TV show in America. Today we have Luis Nino from Eastern Bank. He's a manager there, and I met Luis Nino, at a BNI Zoom call just recently in the past month. So welcome, Luis.
Good morning, everyone. How are you, JoJo? Thank you for inviting me today.
Oh, we're so happy to have you. So, Luis, you're going to take us on a little journey. Our viewers, our listeners, we don't know a whole lot about you. So I want to find out, who is Luis Nino? Where did you come from? You can tell us whatever you want. And what led up to you coming on this show today? How did you arrive at Eastern Bank in Cambridge, Massachusetts, in the United States of America?
Hi, Jojo. So my name is Luis Nino. I'm originally from Venezuela. It's a South American country. I can tell you my journey here has been quite a challenge for me. I arrived to United States 4 years ago without knowing anyone. The language was a barrier. So it's been a challenge coming here. I had the opportunity to work in my banking career started Citizens Bank. Where I start building my knowledge in banking field. I start learning, growing up, develop myself. I had the opportunity to join Eastern Bank after that experience. Well, I'm amazing to be here. I really like what Eastern Bank represents in terms of the community, helping non-profitable foundation, helping small businesses. So it's a brand that I'm really proud of working with. Being on Eastern Bank, one thing that I learned is you need to have connection. You need to make great social networking with people, with community, with business. I had the opportunity to be on the BNI from Cambridge, and here we are, Jojo. We met in a Zoom call last week, and now we're here talking.
So you look very young. How old are you, by the way?
How old do you think I am?
You look like you're in your early 20s.
Okay, I'm 25 years old. Some people think that I'm a little bit older, maybe because I bought myself. But 25 will be my age, yeah.
Beautiful. Now, how did you arrive from Venezuela to Cambridge, Mass? What led you to Cambridge, Mass? Do you have family here? Were you going to school here?
So that's a funny story. All my life, I was living in Venezuela. I was studying, doing college. My sister had the opportunity to come here to United States. Boston was the first state that she visited. She was in Cambridge. Once I knew that she was here and she already had a space to me to move. Me being, I was doing college at that time. I took the decision to quit college and just move here and leaving everything that I have back home, friends, family. I used to have a business over there that I need to leave as well. So most of this decision, for one of you guys don't know, Venezuela have a really difficult time right now. In social, political, in terms of health, it's a lot of issues going on right now over there. So as soon as I know that I have the opportunity, I decide to come here and start from the beginning and living the dream.
So how old were you when you arrived here?
So I came here 4 years ago. So I will say that I came when I was 20, 21 years old.
And so you came to America because Venezuela was going through, as you say, a difficult time. Is that why you
Yeah.
came here?
Yes.
Wow. And your sister is the only one that's here, and the rest of your family is still left in Venezuela?
Luckily, um, I was able to bring my mom. I was able to bring my other sister. The rest of my family, yeah, they're back home. It's a little bit funny. We help as immigrants. We try to help support and help our families back home. So we know we try to help in like in terms of monetary um, terms. We help our family back home. But the funny part here is like we send this economic support to our family, and even if they want to buy, like if I ask you, Jojo, how do you buy your groceries like sugar, eggs, flour, and all this stuff? You say I just go to the store right across my street. They need to go to Colombia just to get all this food and then go back home to Venezuela just to buy sugar or just to buy eggs because there is no food on my country, and if there it is, it's really high. Just to give you like a heads up, the minimum if you work full time on my country, if you convert my currency from my country to US dollars, the conversion is $3 per month, working a full time job. So you can imagine how difficult it is right now in my country.
That that's crazy. So you said that if you live in Venezuela and you want to go grocery shopping, you have to go to another country to shop?
You
I'm a little confused.
so that's the thing. You're if you work a full time, let's say that you're a teacher. You're a teacher and you give class in a high school, right? The full time salary convert in US dollars is $3 per month. So the inflation is it's on the sky. So you may find food on the stores, but the price are really, 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 really high. So, for example, one package of diapers for a baby, it costs more than a full salary per month in Venezuela. So I forget the price, but a package of diaper for baby, I think it's like $7, $8. I give you the price in US dollars so you can so you if I tell you my currency, you wouldn't understand it. But so $8 is what it costs a diaper from babies, and the salary is $3. So you can imagine everything is really really high prices. So the only option for most of the family, because at least one person at each family they go to other country. It can be Peru, Argentina, Colombia, other country, and they send money to them, and with that money they're able to buy grocery and all this stuff, but they need to go to Colombia where they have a nice economy and the price are not that high.
But how far is Colombia? I'm a little bit confused cuz
It depends. Luckily for us, Colombia is like one hour, so we are just on the border with Colombia. So it's easy from them just to travel to them. But if you see other states that they're not close to Colombia, they and I have friends. The only way that they do is like they send the US dollars to those family, and they buy the product but a really high price.
that's crazy. Why is the cost of living so I don't understand why the cost of living is so high. What happened that I mean, how is that possible?
The Venezuelan government, I don't believe a government support you like giving you everything and you just get comfortable doing that. I try when I was there I was trying to look different option what I can do. So I tried to look incomes that can provide US dollars, because I know that that was a currency that can help me to live the day by day. Little by little I save up. I create my consultant company with a few partners. But the main key, Jojo, to be honest with you, in order that I took the decision, because if I speak in about money, in terms of money, I didn't have like a difficult time there. What it took me the decision to come to United States was the insecurity. Um, Having the fear of you going out with friends and someone can take your life, or you know, put a gun in front of you just to take out your watch or your shoes, and if you don't go what they say. So for me that was the break, like the decision point of me, like I don't want to live this every day. Every time that I go out, I fear that someone is going to take my life, because there is a lot of insecurity on my country as well.
Well, you speak very good English. Now, was English a language that you were brought up with, or did you learn English here in the United States?
As every school, I think, worldwide, we have they tend to teach English on high school. So I mean, I can say that I have English on my high school, but they're really basics. Um, but I think that once I came here is when I really learned the language, talking with the people on the street every day. People ask me, I said, like, hey, like you learn really quickly, and for just the 4 years that you have here. So kind of true. I will say that the way that I learned, it was mostly like watching TV shows like Friends, The Office,
Beautiful. Okay.
listening music sounds, seeing the lyrics. That's the way that I really understand language, rather than books, courses, and all that stuff. For me, it was TV shows and music videos and movies that helped me to get
Beautiful.
my ear.
You know,
Um,
I'm really curious. When someone learns the English language, we have many words that mean double meanings. Like we could say I, which means the first person, or I, which is our eyeball,
yeah,
or
yeah.
the word break, which is something that you step on in a car, or you take a break, you take some time off. Was that confusing for you when you came here to learn all the double meanings with words?
For me, w- for me, the different meanings for us is kind of the same. So, for example, in my brain, I'm used to like one word can mean like different way depending on how you use it on the sentence. For me, the deal breaker was able to hear and understand correctly the word. So for me, the difficult time is when as soon as I hear a person speaking, when I came here, I'm like, oh my God, they speak so fast. And that's
Yeah.
the reason why I don't understand. It's not because I don't know. I know the word. I know that you can use it in different minutes. But if I don't understand one word in the sentence, I'm like, I'm not sure about what you're talking about. But little by little, I don't know. It's fun and interesting how the brain works. But you get to a point that, and it's surprising by me. I hear you talking. I see on the movies people talking now. People talking really fast, and I get to a point like without knowing, I can understand every single word that they're saying. So it's been a challenge, but yeah.
Well, you have advanced yourself to a manager at Eastern Bank. Now, how does one arrive here from Venezuela 4 years and you get a manager position at Eastern Bank?
That's correct. That's correct.
How did that happen? Oh, was it luck? Were you in the right place at the right time? Was it because of your consulting business? Why were you able to get this position? Because many people here in America have a tough time advancing, but for some reason, you've been here for 4 years and you have a manager position. How did you do that?
I will tell you another that I feel really proud, another accomplished. I'm gonna tell you at the end. I'm gonna tell you a little bit of how my position work here, and I can tell you, yes, I see a lot of people struggling about jobs and that. Um, the first thing that I can tell you about me, Jojo, is I'm a really positive person. So I don't know if you read the book Love of Attraction by Rhonda Bloom. Can you hear me, Jojo?
Yes, I can hear you
Okay.
fine. Yep.
So I read that book, and since I read that book 4 years ago, my mindset changed completely. um,
Beautiful.
about having positive thoughts, about focusing every single day about what you want to accomplish and have a good vibe. It was funny, Jojo, because when I was back home, for example, in my it, for 20 years old, um, having a lot of money, or having for example, let's say $5,000. Here in America, that will consider not as much, but in my country, that will be like, you are like, I don't know, like
Almost
um
almost a millionaire. No, not
almost a
exactly,
millionaire,
but
right?
a lot, yeah.
So one thing that I did is like I wrote in a piece of paper $5,000, and I put it on the roof of my bed. So every time that I woke up, I saw that, and I said like, that's my goal, that's my goal, that's my goal. And I'm like, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. So that's what I and I that's what I'm gonna do. That's gonna be my mainly focus. In a few months, I accomplished that goal, and for me, it was like, this really worked. And then once I did that, I set up more goals. I visualized myself, without my knowing that my sister will be here in the United States. I I drove up like a plane, and I said, I'm gonna travel. I'm gonna travel, and I'm gonna work for it. 2 years later, I came to United States, and once I knew that in that few weeks, not that I was coming here to Boston, I'm like, the first thing that I'm gonna do when I get here is finding a job. Once I get here, the next 3 days, I find a manager position in a restaurant, and I was like, oh my god, and I was a little bit afraid because I have a lot of friends coming to a lot of states. Florida can be any state, even Boston. I said like, finding a job is really hard, and I don't know, and they're struggling. They need to pay rent, they need to pay this. As soon as I get here, I find a job. Um, I feel that I've been blessed because I always connect or meet the great people. Um, that job that I have in the restaurant field, I connect with the owners. They help us a lot, to my sister and I. They support us in every like they even invite us to their house to holidays.
Wow.
They,
Which restaurant is this? This is fabulous.
yeah, it's a Machu Picchu.
Oh, Machu
That's
Picchu in Union Square.
Union
I
Square.
love that restaurant. They
Yeah,
have they have the best appetizer with their corn, the corn that
the
they serve.
chocolate.
Oh, it is a
That's the
great
name. Yeah.
it's a great restaurant.
It's a Peruvian
Machu
restaurant.
Picchu.
Yeah, Machu Picchu.
Wow.
Everyone can go there. The owners of the restaurants are Rosy Serna and Hugo Serna. They're a couple from Peru and Salvador. What can I say? They're really, really great, amazing people that give their hands. They even helped my sister. Like it's a long story, but they support really into the first moments that when we arrived to, and we still have a great connection with them. We go, we spend time Christmas with them. Um, we even have vacation with them as well. So it was funny because working at the restaurant, um we always been we always been really happy, great customer service. I really like to talk to people, and I've been there. I i just like, let's say that you go eat to the restaurant. I service you, and you feel and you see something in me, and I say like, hey, do you mind, are you interested working in banking? And I'm like, yeah. So I wouldn't say that I knew someone, but I just have, like you say, I met the person at the right time. Since then, I have the opportunity to join banking. I start from the beginning. A year later, they give me the opportunity to work as a manager, and little by little, I've been, accomplished. And now we're here, Jojo.
You know, your story is fabulous because you're positive, because you have beliefs, and because you have not set any limitations in what you do. You can achieve whatever you want. That is the secret.
That's
When
correct.
someone says to you, "Oh, this is hard," guess what?
It's
It's
gonna be fun.
gonna be hard.
That's correct.
So you have figured it out, and your friends who tell you that it's hard, it's always going to be hard for them. It's just
Yep.
the way it is. It's just the way it is. So congratulations that you have figured that out. Now, what I want to know is, how did you end up at Machu Picchu? I mean,
Mhm.
coming from Venezuela, did you see a job opportunity? Was it online? I mean, how did you end up there?
Um, so like I told you, like a long story, because remember that I told you my sis. I'm gonna put the long story short. I remember I told my sister came here before me.
Yes.
So she had the opportunity to work there
Oh, I
um,
see. Okay. Oh,
for a
so
few months. She then she go back to Venezuela.
I got it. So your sister was there, and that's how you
Yes,
knew about. Oh, okay, that's what
but
I.
guess
I
what happened? The my sister have the same personality as me. We're
right,
kind of the same.
right.
The owners, knowing that she will be back to my country for 6 7 months, they hold that position for her. So they feel like, we don't want
Wow.
anyone, we want you. She and she came back, and she even didn't have a place to stay, so they give it a a bedroom, a room to stay on the meantime while we I came here, and then we can figure out like an apartment that we can live. uh, when I came here, that position open, and then they know that we were a brother and sister, um, but we were kind of the same personality, and they said like, we want you here, so that's what
Lovely.
happened. Yeah.
Okay, so where do you see yourself in about 5, 10 years?
Retired.
Okay, we're gonna make that happen.
I
I'm
know,
gonna.
right? Yeah.
Absolutely. So, Louis, tell us some of the services that your bank provides. Before we wrap it up, when people come to your bank and they see Luis Nino, what kind of services are you going to provide for them?
Mm-hmm.
Why Eastern Bank?
So Eastern Bank, as other banks, right? We provide every since personal product to business product. I will say first, the Eastern Bank, their their um their brand is about business, right? We are number one top lender, top one lending when it comes to small businesses. So a lot of people come here for business loan. They trust the relationship with Eastern Bank. I don't know if you don't know, Jojo, but Eastern Bank, we donate 10% of the whole profit to non-profit company, foundations, charitable foundations, to small businesses. So that will be our primary brand. I think what people like to us is the cost, the connection that we provide, right? We don't see you as a number, we see you as a family. We want to know where how is your family, where your kids go to college, how was your son's birthday. um when they come to me, what I like, I don't look for a specific product that I want to give you, right? I looking for a relationship with you, and I see all the ways that I can help you and support.
Wow,
Mhm.
that is what it's about. Everyone should go to Eastern Bank. That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. That's the connection. All
Hmm.
right. So, Louis, is it Louis or Luis? It's Luis.
Luis, it will be the Spanish way. Luis can be like the American
Okay.
way, which is okay. I don't mind.
Luis, I want to thank you so much for being here today. And your Somerville story, by the way, about Machu Picchu was
Mhm.
fabulous. Fabulous. So if you want to have a great banking experience, go to Eastern Bank in Cambridge and see Luis Nino. He is a spectacular human being. I am so glad that I've met you on Zoom. Someday we will meet in person. I'm sure of it.
I
It may,
know.
it may not be in the next month or two, but it will be soon. With our new president-elect, I feel good things are coming down the road. So with that being said, Luis, Nino, thank you for joining us for Somerville Connects and Dead Air Live. And I will see you on B&I Zoom.
That's it. Can I say something before we leave, Jojo?
Of course. Knock yourself out.
As um, as a first generation of immigrant coming to United States, I feel, and I see a lot of people struggling when they come here. I will say that the main key is perseverance and dedication. Um, I and there is no limit of what you can accomplish. Um, the before I want to tell you that I saw a lot of people struggling. Um, I'm a the big announcement that I have that I really be proud for myself that I accomplished in the 4 years that I have here. I can say that by this Monday I'm officially a homeowner. So I will purchase my
Wow!
house on Monday. Hmm.
Congratulations!
Hmm.
Beautiful. Wow, that is fabulous. That's a
Yeah.
great accomplishment. 4 years in this country? You're going to be a homeowner?
Yes.
Holy cow. How did you? Never mind. That's great.
We
You
we
must.
leave that for another server, another podcast, right?
Did you put that above your bed, homeowner?
Yes. Once I get my job and I get uh, the position that I want, I visualize I wanna buy my first house for 2020. COVID-19, this that's not gonna be a limitation. Um, and and Easter Band they helped me. I went to the process for the mortgage here at Eastern Bank, and I love how the process how easy it was, and yeah.
Congratulations.
Hmm.
Well, folks, you heard it here. You can achieve whatever you want. If Luis Nino can do it, anyone can do it. Congratulations, Luis Nino. And I want to thank you so much for joining us for Somerville Connects. Bye for now. Thank you.
Somerville connects. Somerville connects.